Have you ever woken up in the morning, sat on the edge of the bed, and just waited a few extra seconds before standing? Not because you were lazy, but because your body needed a little more time. Maybe walking to the kitchen isn't as quick as it used to be, or you notice you're sitting down more often than before, even when you don't mean to. It's easy to think, well, this is just what aging feels like. And yes, slowing down is a natural part of life. But that doesn't mean you have to give up the things that make you feel strong, alive, and in control. You see, after 65, many people are quietly asking the same question. Am I still in charge of my body, or is it starting to take charge of me? But here's the truth I want to share with you today. It's never too late to feel better. It's never too late to move easier. And it's never too late to bring back the energy you thought was gone for good. In today's video, I'll walk with you through 5 gentle, meaningful habits that can help restore your strength, boost your energy, and make everyday life feel more doable and even more joyful. These aren't major overhauls. You won't need a gym or a doctor's prescription. You just need a little bit of belief that change is still possible and a few minutes each day. And if you stick with me to the end, I'll share the 2 habits that, in my experience, have changed not just bodies, but entire lives. So let's get started, slowly, gently, and intentionally. Because you still matter. And how you feel each day still matters, too. Let's begin with something surprisingly powerful and often the most overlooked: sleep. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Of course I sleep. I go to bed every night. But here's the real question. Do you wake up feeling restored? Or do you feel like you've barely recharged at all? As we get older, sleep becomes more than just rest. It becomes a form of healing. While we sleep, our bodies repair damaged cells, our brains process memory, and our hearts take a well-deserved break. But poor sleep, tossing and turning, waking up multiple times a night, or that groggy, cloudy feeling in the morning, it robs us quietly, and day by day it chips away at our energy, our mood, even our sharpness. I remember my neighbor, Ed. He's 78 and used to say every morning feels like I'm walking through fog. And for years, he believed it was just part of aging. But when he made one simple change, turning off the TV and switching to soft lighting an hour before bed, he told me, "It's like my mind cleared, like someone lifted the weight off." The good news is, improving sleep doesn't mean overhauling your life. It starts with small things: dimming the lights after dinner, sipping something warm like chamomile or ginger tea, putting away your phone or tablet a full hour before you sleep. Even a few quiet stretches or a warm bath can signal to your body it's time to rest now. And when you give yourself the gift of better sleep, your days feel lighter, your memory gets sharper, your patience grows longer, you stand up straighter, you even smile more. So if you've been wondering where your energy went, maybe it's not gone. Maybe it's just been waiting for you, in the quiet of the night, behind one good night's sleep. Now, speaking of energy, let's talk about one thing that slowly drains it without you even realizing it: sitting too much. Now that we've talked about rest, let's shift to its quiet opposite: movement. You see, sleep gives your body the chance to heal, but movement reminds your body it's still alive. And here's the hard truth, one we often don't like to face. The more we sit, the faster we lose our strength. Not all at once, but little by little, it sneaks up on us. 1 hour turns into 3, one afternoon on the couch turns into every afternoon, and before we know it, the simple act of getting up starts to feel heavier. If that sounds familiar, please don't feel bad. You're not lazy, you're human. And the world around us, with its soft chairs, remote controls, and long hours indoors, has quietly trained us to stay still. But stillness has a cost. It stiffens your joints, weakens your legs, slows your blood, and over time it can chip away at something far more important than strength: your independence. I think of Helen, a soft-spoken woman in her early 70s who lives alone. She told me, "I didn't even realize how much I was sitting until I noticed my knees hurting just walking to the mailbox." So she made a simple promise to herself. Every hour she would move for 1 minute, just one. Sometimes she'd stand up and stretch her arms, other times she'd walk around the room or do a few gentle heel lifts. After a few weeks, she told me something that stuck with me. "I feel like I have my legs back." And maybe that's the best way to think about it. You don't need to start running laps. You just need to remind your legs that you still need them. Here's something easy you can try today. Set a timer every 45 minutes. When it goes off, just stand, roll your shoulders, march in place, breathe. That's it. Because movement doesn't have to be big to be powerful. It just has to be consistent. And now that we've got your body in motion, let's talk about something even gentler but just as powerful: sunlight. Now that you're back on your feet, even just for a few moments every hour, let's step just a little further outside. Because there's something simple and powerful waiting for you out there. Something your body has always loved but maybe hasn't had enough of lately. I'm talking about sunlight. Not blazing heat, not hours under the sun. Just soft, natural light on your skin for 10 to 15 minutes a day. You see, as we age, our ability to produce vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, begins to drop. And without enough of it, we're more likely to experience joint pain, weaker bones, slower healing, and even low mood or brain fog. But it's not just about the science. There's something deeply human about stepping into the sunlight. It wakes you up, it warms your skin, it makes the world feel real again. My friend Eileen, 76, told me something beautiful once. When I sit on my porch in the morning sun, it feels like the world hasn't forgotten me. And that stayed with me. You don't need to go far. Open the window, sit by the glass, step out into the backyard, walk to the end of the driveway. Let the sunlight kiss your face, breathe it in. Even on cloudy days, that light still finds you, and your body still listens. And here's a little secret. Natural sunlight doesn't just lift your vitamin D, it lifts your mood. It regulates your sleep, boosts your immune system, and gives you a natural rhythm to move through your day with calm, clear energy. So the next time you feel heavy or foggy or just a little off, try going outside before doing anything else. Because sometimes the best medicine is not in a bottle. Sometimes it's in the breeze and the light and a few quiet minutes with the sun. Now, while sunlight supports your whole system, there's one part of your body that needs extra attention: your legs. And the next habit we're going to talk about might be the one that helps you feel strong again. We've soaked in the light, now let's turn inward to the foundation that carries you through every moment of your day. Your legs? They may not ask for attention the way your back or your hands do. But when they begin to weaken, life starts to shrink. Think about it. How many things do you need your legs for? Getting out of bed, standing up from a chair, walking across the room, climbing stairs, reaching the garden, dancing in the kitchen. When your legs are strong, you feel free. When they're not, even the smallest task starts to feel like a mountain. But here's the best part. Your legs are ready to work with you. Even now, even if they've gotten shaky. Even if it's been years since you last did exercise. Take Carl, for example. He's 81, used to be a mailman. One day he told me, "I hate asking my daughter to help me stand up." So I showed him something simple, a chair squat. Sit down, cross your arms, stand up slowly, then sit again. 5 times every morning, that's it. At first he wobbled, he sighed. But after 2 weeks, he stood taller. After 1 month, he walked to the store again, on his own. He told me, "I got tired of feeling stuck." You don't need to push hard. You don't need gym equipment. Just your own body and a little consistency. Here are 2 movements you can try today, even while watching TV. Chair stand-ups. Sit, cross your arms, and stand up slowly. Repeat 5 times. Seated leg lifts. Sit tall and lift one leg out straight. Hold for 5 seconds. Switch. Do 5 on each side. These tiny exercises, they add up. They bring blood flow back, they strengthen your muscles. And most importantly, they help you stay independent. Because the truth is, mobility is freedom. And your freedom matters. Now, if you're still with me and still moving forward, our final habit may be the most beautiful of all. It's not just about strength or energy. It's about peace, about balance, about coming back to yourself. Let's talk about the power of mindful movement, yoga, and Tai Chi. Now let's slow things down, not because we're giving up, but because we're learning to move with more grace, more intention, and more care for ourselves. You see, after all the stretching, lifting, and walking, sometimes what your body and mind truly need is stillness in motion. That's where yoga and Tai Chi come in. Not the kind of yoga you see on magazine covers where people bend like pretzels. Not the fast martial arts moves you may picture when hearing Tai Chi. I'm talking about gentle, flowing movement, done slowly, with breath, with balance, with softness. Movements that meet you exactly where you are, even if that's in your living room, in your pajamas, just stretching your arms in a circle. There's something truly special about these practices. They don't just stretch your body. They steady your heart, calm your nerves, and clear the noise from your thoughts. I remember Joyce, 75, always said her mind was too busy to meditate. But then she tried a 5-minute Tai Chi video online. The next week, she told me, I didn't know my body still knew how to move like that. It felt like dancing with the air. And it is a kind of dance, a conversation between you and your breath, between your balance and your focus. Even 5 minutes a day can help with balance, which keeps you from falling, flexibility, so you can bend, reach, and move without pain, mental clarity, because slowing down clears the fog. Yeah, you don't need special clothes or a mat or a teacher. Just find a quiet spot, stand or sit, move gently, breathe deeply, and listen to what your body says. Because here's the truth. Movement doesn't have to be hard to be healing. Sometimes, the gentlest motions are the ones that bring us back to life. So whether it's a sunlit porch, a quiet bedroom, or a shaded park bench, let yourself move in a way that feels kind, not forced. That's where true strength begins. So there you have it. 5 gentle habits, 5 quiet ways to take your strength, your energy, and your independence back, one thoughtful moment at a time. And maybe as you listened, one of them spoke to you. Maybe it was sleep, that whisper of stillness you've been needing. Maybe it was movement, a reminder that your legs still want to carry you. Or maybe it was the sunlight, the breath, the softness of a stretch that reminded you you're still here, still capable, still strong. You don't have to do all 5. Just choose one. Start small. Let it become part of your day, your rhythm, your way of taking care of you. Because this isn't about reversing time. It's about honoring where you are and choosing not to settle. You are not broken. You are becoming. And every little action you take, every step, every stretch, every breath, is a vote for the life you still want to live. So tell me in the comments, which habit are you starting with today? Just type the number 1 to 5. And if this video gave you something to think about, to feel, or to try, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. Here on Wise Old People, we believe aging isn't about fading. It's about deepening. It's about growing wiser, not weaker. And it's about doing it together. So thank you for being here. Take care of yourself today. You matter, and your future self will thank you for every gentle choice you make right now. See you in the next video.